Many people assume that ambition and laziness cannot coexist. They believe that successful individuals are those who grind endlessly, push through discomfort, and work tirelessly toward their goals. But what if you are someone who dreams big yet struggles to take action? What if your ambition is strong, but your motivation fluctuates? What if the mere thought of working hard drains you before you even begin? This is the struggle of being ambitious but lazy, a paradox that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and overwhelmed. The truth is, you don't need to force yourself into the traditional mold of success. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m., follow a strict routine, or work tirelessly for hours. The key to achieving your goals is not in doing more but in working smarter. You need to build a system that aligns with your natural tendencies, one that allows you to be productive without burning out. By taking small, effortless steps, optimizing your environment, and using psychological tricks to your advantage, you can accomplish more than those who rely solely on willpower and discipline. Step 1. Understanding that laziness is not the problem. Laziness is often misunderstood. People assume that if they struggle to take action, it means they lack discipline, motivation, or the will to succeed. But in reality, laziness is rarely the actual problem. More often than not, it is a symptom of deeper issues: overwhelm, lack of clarity, or inefficient strategies. When you are unsure where to start, when your tasks seem too big, or when you don't see immediate results, your brain shuts down. It resists the effort because it perceives the task as too difficult or too uncertain. Instead of blaming yourself for being lazy, shift your perspective. What if laziness is actually a form of self-protection? Your brain is wired to conserve energy, to avoid unnecessary struggles, and to minimize discomfort. Step 2. Breaking down overwhelming tasks into micro-actions. One of the biggest reasons ambitious people struggle is that they set their goals too high right from the start. They want to write a book, start a business, or get fit, but they approach it with an all-or-nothing mindset. They try to make a giant leap instead of taking small, manageable steps. The result? Overwhelm, procrastination, and ultimately, inaction. Step 3. Making productivity effortless by eliminating friction. One of the biggest reasons people procrastinate is because there is too much friction between them and the task they need to do. If something feels difficult to start, even in the smallest way, your brain will find an excuse to delay it. The trick is to eliminate as much friction as possible so that getting started feels almost automatic. For example, if you struggle to wake up early and exercise, prepare your workout clothes the night before and place them right next to your bed. If you find it hard to focus on work, remove distractions by putting your phone in another room or using website blockers. If you want to drink more water, place a bottle right next to you so that taking a sip is effortless. The easier you make a habit, the more likely you are to stick with it. Step 4. Leveraging the power of the 80-20 rule. Not all tasks are created equal. In reality, 80% of your results come from just 20% of your actions. Most people waste time on things that do not significantly contribute to their success. They check emails constantly, scroll through social media, and engage in tasks that make them feel productive but do not actually move them forward. To work smarter, identify the smallest actions that produce the biggest results. If you are an entrepreneur, instead of spending hours designing a logo or tweaking your website, focus on getting your first customer. If you are a student, instead of highlighting entire textbooks, focus on understanding the most crucial concepts. The goal is to cut out unnecessary effort and focus only on what truly matters. Step 5. Staying consistent without relying on motivation. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel inspired, and other days you don't. If your success depends on motivation, you will never be consistent. The solution? Build systems and habits that remove the need for motivation altogether. One of the most powerful strategies for consistency is the don't break the chain method. Each time you complete a task, mark an X on a calendar. Your goal is to keep the streak going as long as possible. When you see a chain of completed days, you will feel a psychological urge to continue. Step 6. Making success a part of your identity. Most people fail because they see success as something they need to force themselves to do. Instead of saying, "I need to start exercising," say, "I am the kind of person who stays active." Instead of saying, "I need to be more productive," say, "I am someone who gets things done." When you shift your identity, your behavior naturally aligns with it. At the end of the day, success is not about working harder, it's about showing up consistently, reducing resistance, and making productivity automatic. If you apply these principles, you will achieve more while putting in far less effort than the average person. So, what's the one small action you can take today?